minutes past 2. Our next at 3.
Okay. There's a thing. Well, thank you, Erica. Cheers, Van. Lovely show. Today, Tuesday, 26th of October, 2017, and live till 5. It's The Big Show. Steve Ryan, the afternoon. Hello.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. Now playing everywhere.
She came from Greece, she had a thirst for knowledge. She studied sculpture at St. Martin's College. That's where I caught her eye. She told me that her dad was loaded. I said, in that case I'll have rum and Coca-Cola. She said, fine. And then in 30 seconds time, she said, I wanna live like common people. I wanna do whatever common people do. Wanna sleep with common people. I wanna sleep with common people like you. What else could I do? I said, oh, I'll see what I can do. I took her to a supermarket. I don't know why, but I had to start it somewhere. So it started there. I said, pretend you got no money. And she just laughed and said, oh, you're so funny. I said, yeah. I can't see anyone else smiling. Are you sure? You wanna live like common people. You wanna see whatever common people see. Wanna sleep with common people. You wanna sleep with common people like me. But she didn't understand. And she just smiled and held my hand. I went to flash above the shop. I cut your hair and get a job. I smoke some facts and play some pool. Pretend you never went to school. Still you'll never get it right. It's when you're laid in bed at night, watching roaches climb the wall. If you called your dad, he could stop it. Oh yeah. You'll never live like common people. You'll never do whatever common people do. Never fail like common people. You'll never watch your lives slide out of view. And then dance and drink and screw. Because there's nothing else to do. Sing along with the common people. Sing along and it might just get you through. Laugh along with the common people. Laugh along even though they're laughing at you. And the stupid things that you do. Because you think that, oh, it's cool. I live with common people like you. I live with common people like you. I live with common people like you. Wanna live with common people like you.
Big finish, Jarvis!
People like you. Wanna live with common people like you.
Oh, that still sounds awesome. That's Pulp, of course, Common People. Good afternoon. Thursday afternoon. If If you need to make contact with us, please do. It's email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. Text 88291. Tweet us at BBC Radio 2. If you're feeling a little down, this is the show to cheer you up. Did I hear somebody say, oh, shut up? All right, here comes the hands up. Hands up for Greg James and A. Dots. New pop show on the BBC. Tell you all about it later. Yeah, you get the hands up. Hands up for super fast Wi-Fi, at least 10 times the speed. When's it coming? You said Thursday. And an unusual one. Hands up for discovering a lovely slug in your kitchen. It's okay, it's all juicy and runny. I'm going to let it live. Come on, JT, take me to the bridge.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. All through my city, all through my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. Ooh, it's something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop, stop, stop. Under the lights.
You do know this has got the theme from Fraggle Rock in it.
Nowhere to hide when I'm getting
Seriously, at the end.
when we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. I can't stop the feeling, yeah. So keep dancing. Oh, yeah, yeah. I can't stop the. I can't stop the.
There it is.
I can't stop the. I can't stop the. I can't stop the. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. Ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. Everybody say.
On Radio 2, it's Justin Timberlake.
Hi, it's Jeremy Vine. Do you know a Bobby Pryor lookalike? What is it about my friend and Radio 2 colleague Bobby Pryor that makes people spend up to £250,000 to get the Pryor look? Call me at Radio 2 now.
Can't stop the feeling.
Thank you. Was that really him? Tim's Smith on with us later.
I took a whiff close up. I'd say smells like a cupboard that could do with opening.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. BBC Radio 2.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
The Big Show.
Yeah, good afternoon. Bright and dry in central Scotland, Northern Ireland and the far north of England. Some showers in northern Scotland. High of 17 in Rye in East Sussex. A low of 3 in Hetton, North Yorkshire. Only 3. Hetton, North Yorkshire. Cold. It's cold. It's cold. Tonight, clear and cold in most places apart from southwest England, which will be drizzly. Tomorrow, that's Friday, bright and cool with light winds. Lights on, sunset tonight. Montrose is 5:40. That's early. And, of course, the clocks go back this weekend, so that's going to be 4:40 next week. Oh, my goodness. Derby, 5:46. Llandudno is 5:55. And Newry is 6:03. Now you're up to date on that. Bit late, Sophie. Come on.
I know.
Yeah.
About your kind. And so. I'll have to play. If you think you're getting away, I will prove you wrong. I'll take you all the way. Boy, just come along. Hear me when I say, hey. It's murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove. You better not steal the moves, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. Oh, I know. There may be others. And so. You'll just have to pray. If you think you're getting away, you better not kill the groove. Hey, it's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves, DJ. Gonna turn this house around somehow. Murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove. Hey, it's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. You better not kill the groove. It's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. It's murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove. Hey, it's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. You better not kill the groove. Hey, it's murder on the dance floor. But you better not steal the moves, DJ.
Murder on the dance floor. Yes, sir, what do you need?
These are details you need to listen to. This is BBC Radio 2. Online, on digital radio, and on 88 and 91 FM.
Easy, fella. In the news, Labour is now calling on David Davis to guarantee MPs a vote on the final Brexit deal before the UK leaves. Police arrest 11 in the UK after overnight raids as part of a Europe-wide investigation into suspected people smuggling. And the UK's population is set to exceed 70 million 70 million before the end of the next decade, according to the Office for National Statistics, the ONS. The UK population was estimated to stand at 65.6 million in 2016-17 so far.
Growing up in a terraced house, we had little choice but to be close to our neighbours, especially Mrs. Sykes next door.
Look at children's programmes coming up this afternoon.
She could be counted on not only to bang on the wall when our telly was too loud, but also to be the first round with a box of candles in a power cut. But is the same true today?
All we see around here is homes being built for the wealthy and no one lives in it.
As part of BBC Radio 2's Faith in the World Week, I'll be exploring the question, who are our neighbours?
We're grieving for people that have died. It's intensified our relationships as neighbours.
Who is my neighbour? With me, the Reverend Kate Botley. Online now at the Radio 2 website.
Thank you, Kate.
The Big Show, 2 till 5. Radio 2.
Esta noche bailamos. Te doy toda mi vida.
Easy for you to say.
Quédate conmigo.
It's Palamos, Enrique.
Tonight we dance. I live my life in your hands. We take the floor. Nothing is forbidden anymore. Don't let the world in outside. Don't let a moment go by. Nothing can stop us tonight. Bailamos. Let the rhythm take you over. Bailamos. Te quiero, amor mío. Bailamos. Wanna live this night forever. Bailamos. Te quiero, amor mío. Te quiero. Tonight I'm yours. We can make it happen, I'm so sure. Now I'm letting go. There is something I think you should know. I won't leave in your side. We're gonna dance through the night. I wanna reach for the stars. Bailamos. Let the rhythm take you over. Bailamos. Te quiero, amor mío. Bailamos. Wanna live this night forever. Bailamos. Te quiero, amor mío. Te quiero. Whoa. Tonight we dance. Whoa. Like no tomorrow. Whoa. If you will stay with me. Te quiero, mi amor. Quédate conmigo. Esta noche bailamos. Let the rhythm take you over. Bailamos. Te quiero, amor mío. Bailamos. Wanna live this night forever. Bailamos. Te quiero, amor mío. Bailamos. Te quiero. Let the rhythm take you over.
Good afternoon. You're on The Big Show. Today, Thursday, Timothy Bentinck, a.k.a. David Archer in The Archers. Oh, I don't know. I just got to go listen to that Big Show. Don't you think you better milk the cows first? Well, I don't know about that. He's got a book out called Being David Archer. Dr. Hilary Jones opening the big autumn surgery. Flu, colds, trigger finger, rashes and flatulence. Yeah. And Greg James, my friend.
I've got a rage that I think you're like. Go on. When you're buying shoes or trainers or whatever, and you say, I'd like to try these in an 11, please. They go away and they come back and go, sorry, we've got them in a 9.
Yeah, well, that
Like as
isn't
if
my
that's any
size.
good.
That's great for you.
And also Dottie, talking about Sounds Like Friday Night, all on the big show.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
The oldies chosen by Aaron Dainty and Edwell in Derbyshire. There's Tim, there's Janie, there's Bobby, there's Erica, there's Matt the sports guy. Could be a show, could be something. I remember this song.
I can think of younger days when living for my life was everything a man could want to do. I could never see tomorrow. I was never told about the sorrow. And how can you mend a broken heart? How can you stop the rain from falling down? Stop the sun from shining. What makes the world go round? How can you mend this broken man? How can a loser ever win? Please help me mend my broken. I can still feel the breeze that rustles through the trees, and misty memories of days gone by. We could never see tomorrow. No one said a word about the sorrow. Can you stop the rain from falling down? How can you stop the sun from shining? What makes the world go round? And how can you mend this broken man? How can a loser ever win? Please help me mend my broken heart and let me live again.
How can a loser ever win? What a lovely song, Bee Gees.
Help me mend my broken heart.
I love this bit.
And let me live again.
Beautiful. Hey Steve, I'm doing some deliveries around Essex. Keep them tunes coming. All the best from Tim. Another Tim, I will. Steve, looking forward to the show. We're currently sat in a beer garden in York enjoying some autumn sunshine. Are you? With the radio on from Ken and Sean. And Steve, can you give myself and Ian a shout out as we're on the way back from Margate to Uckfield after a pigeon job? I've no idea what that means. Loving the show. Shame you can't do more about the weather. Oh, it's not so good where you are. That's Ian from Sankey's.
Please stand by for roll call. Graham Norton.
Here. I mean, Graham Norton is go.
Trevor Nelson.
Ready?
Dermot O'Leary.
Woohoo!
Maverick.
Craig Charles. Craig Charles.
Craig Charles's go.
This completes the roll call. Good luck, everyone.
From Saturday Breakfast with Dermot.
Good morning, you're listening to BBC Radio 2.
Through the best in guests with Graham and Zoe.
I was dancing in my PJs at midnight last night, going through all the tunes. Hopefully they're going to put you in a lovely, happy mood.
To the perfect feel-good music with Trevor and Craig.
Oh, you want some fun, do you? Yeah, some soul.
Craig does talk like that, doesn't he? Sound effects.
With our stellar crew on board, your weekends are in safe hands.
The weekend has landed. Saturdays from 8
on BBC Radio 2.
Along with Greg later, Adolf.
Question 1. In the Leeds edition of No Google Questions, former Spice Girl Mel B, a.k.a. Scary Spice, was born and raised in Leeds. What was the title of her first solo single, Robbie?
I have no idea.
No idea.
Talking in my sleep at night, making myself crazy. Out of my mind, out of my mind. Wrote it down and read it out, hoping it would save me. Too many times, too many times. My love, he makes it feel like nobody else, nobody else. But my love, he doesn't love me, so I tell myself. To myself. 1, don't pick up the phone. You know he's only calling cause he's drunk and alone. 2, don't let him in. You have to kick him out again. 3, don't be his friend. You know you're gonna wake up in his bed in the morning. And if you're under him, you ain't getting over him. I got no rules, I count him. Pushing forwards, but he keeps pulling me backwards. Nowhere to turn, nowhere to turn. No, now I'm standing back from it. I finally see the pattern. I never loved. But my love, he doesn't love me, so I tell myself, I do. 1, don't pick up the phone. You know he's only calling cause he's drunk and alone. 2, don't let him in. Kick him out again. 3, don't be his friend. You know you're gonna wake up in his bed in the morning. And if you're under him, you ain't getting over him. I got no rules, I count him. I got no rules, I count him. I gotta do it for myself. I got no rules, I count him. I gotta do it for myself. Practice makes perfect. I'm still trying to learn it by heart. Eat, sleep and breathe it, rehearse and repeat it. Cause 1, don't pick up the phone. You know he's only calling cause he's drunk and alone. 2, don't let him in. You have to kick him out again. 3, don't be his friend. You know you're gonna wake up in his bed in the morning. And if you're under him, you ain't getting over him. I got no rules, I count him. I got no rules, I count him. I gotta do it for myself. I got no rules, I count him. Baby, you know I count him. I gotta do it for myself.
I'm just going to play that forever.
You must be out of your mind.
Havana, ooh, na, na. Half of my heart is in Havana, ooh, na, na. He took me back to East Atlanta, na, na, na.
Oi, righty, yeah? Can you give a shout out to my fabulous husband Rod, who's driving down south from north? Sadly, I've had to stay home due to unpleasant dental difficulties. No, it's terrible. Love him loads. Drive safely. Love from Hamster Face.
Hey.
Very unusual name.
Excuse me, does anybody know what's going on?
Oh, yeah, we're doing the show.
Have you got any Big Sean? He means well.
Maybe tomorrow. Today, we're bringing on Janie, Lee, Grace and Tim Smith. Let's go straight to Janie for a factoid.
Drying fruit will deplete it of 30 to 80%. That's an awful lot of its vitamin and antioxidant content. So them raisins and all of that stuff are not that good for you, because then you've depleted all its nutrition.
Oh, well, that's a shock, isn't it?
It is, really.
You said raisins were great for me.
I never did.
You did?
Well, they're still better than, I suppose, a pie. But we're talking about antioxidant content.
What if I eat chocolate raisins?
Oh,
that'll be okay, won't it?
That'll be okay.
Why don't you have the pie as well?
No, you talked me into it. British runner Robert Garside is the first person to run around the world. His journey took over 5 years and he covered around 35,000 miles.
According to a recent study, the most hated word in the English language. What do you think the most hated word is? Have a guess.
Oh, of course, despicable.
Guilty.
No, you're kind of in the right direction.
Is it something that describes something that's not very nice?
Yes.
Idiosyncratic.
It's not actually, well, it's a descriptive word, I suppose. I'll tell you, it's hate.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, I suppose. If you use it in the wrong context, it can sound nasty, can't it?
And number 2 is moist.
Factoids. The finest stars of the London stage are ready to celebrate another incredible year of theatre. But there's one thing left undecided.
The London Theatre Awards 2017.
Last year, you voted Jesus Christ Superstar as the winner of the BBC Radio 2 Audience Award for Best Musical at the London Theatre Awards. Now, it's time to decide who deserves this year's crown. The shortlist has been announced and voting is now open.
For terms and conditions and to cast your vote, head to the Radio 2 website.
Voting closes on Sunday, the 29th of October.
Break a leg, everybody! Thanks, Elaine.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
22 to 3.
Time flies by when the night is young. Daylight shines on an undisclosed location.
Rita Ora.
Location. Bloodshot eyes looking for the sun. Paradise delivered and we call it a vacation. Vacation. You're painting me a dream that I wanna belong in. Wanna belong in. Over the hills and far away, a million miles from LA, just anywhere away with you. I know we've got to get away, someplace where no one
take a look at some stuff going on. BBC Radio 2 in Concert comes back tonight with an exclusive gig from Tears for Fears. It's on Joe Wiley's show tonight from 8. And did you hear Chris this morning on The Breakfast Show giving Sue the last pair of tickets?
One ring, no, it's half a ring. Doesn't count.
Hello?
Hello, who's that?
Who? That's not Chris, is it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Do you know?
love you!
Yeah, this is what we want. This is what we want. So, where are you from?
I'm in Aston Clinton.
Well, that's not that far away, is it?
I know. I'm so excited. I love Roland. I love Kurt. And I love you now.
Well, that's all right. I'm not in the band, but I'm prepared to have a go tonight. I'll get them for a couple of BVs. So, who are you going to bring with you tonight?
I'm going to bring my husband, I think.
Well done, Sue. Thanks, Chris. The Royal British Legion's Poppy Appeal has been launched today. The Sunday Times Sportswoman of the Year is announced this evening at a ceremony in London. The UK Music Video Awards given out tonight in London also. The Rome Film Festival has begun, that being Rome, Italy. The National Portrait Gallery, a new major exhibition of Paul Cézanne's portraits, has opened also. The 2017 World Rally Championship season continues today with the Wales Rally GB, the only event of the season held in the UK. And the Crime Writers Association Dagger Awards will be handed out this evening in London. The Ski and Snowboard Show began also in London, and Jules Holland begins his UK tour tonight in Southend-on-Sea. Happy birthday, Keith Urban.
So I got interned at this radio station, and they're not going to let me on the air, but there was a studio next to the one that was being used, and one day I said, can I go in there and just sort of make up my own little show? And they said, yeah. And I went in there, and I'm like, got it all happening. I got Waylon Jennings' theme from Dukes of Hazzard, the opening theme.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play that. So I put it on, and I'm looking around how you get this thing going, and I press this button, and I look through the glass and I see these people running towards me at full speed with their waving their hands in the air. And I'm like, oh, this doesn't look good. And they reef the needle off the record and they're like, mate, you just went on air.
He was accidentally on the air.
The UK kind of gets
and
what
Harry
I do,
birthday,
perhaps
Seth
better
MacFarlane.
than the States does.
Let's say equally.
It's interesting, the subtleties that people pick up on here. I mean, to say nothing of the difference in critical response.
Oh, really?
You guys are so nice over here.
Are we?
The New York Times is tearing me a new one. And
Thursday afternoon, Radio 2. Timothy Bentic on with us later. Dr. Hilary Jones with the autumn surgery. And Greg James and Dottie talking about this new show, Sounds Like Friday Night. Here's Janie Lee Grace.
Piece here about how busy we are now. Starts off by saying the average Briton gets 5 hours of solid sleep a night. We've all been talking about how we didn't sleep very well.
Yeah, none of us slept very well last night. I got about 4 or 5 hours, something like that.
Well, that's normal, apparently, but they say it's because people are up dealing with work emails at 7:50 a.m. They're also talking here about how much time we spend on emails, 55 emails a day, apparently.
Wow.
We clock up 2.5 hours of overtime a week, and we answer 9 work emails on the way home. It's a bit specific, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it says here more than 1 in 4 felt stressed at the end of the working day, and 16% arrived home worried. So that's a survey on the fact that our lives have just got increasingly stressful, and we're all taking our work home, basically, and we never switch off.
You always say, don't you, don't take your phone into the bedroom.
Well, you shouldn't really, should you?
Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't really take your phone on holiday, but I don't know how anyone would survive now if they didn't.
Should we say that your daughter is with us this afternoon?
Yeah, why not? Hello, Lulu.
Hello, Lulu. Hello, Lulu. She's in there, control room. Is she asleep?
No, she's playing on her
She's
phone.
probably on that phone.
She's not interested in anything we might have to say, even if it involves her.
Why would she be? S Club 7 singer Hannah Spirit is joining EastEnders. That's good. That's Hannah from S Club 7. The stuff we'd miss, socialising with family and friends, eating out and taking a shower are among a list of activities we would miss if we could no longer do them. The top 10, food shopping. Number 9, working. Number 8, entertaining. Number 7, cooking. Playing with the kids. Number 6, sport and exercise. Number 5, eating and drinking out. Number 4, driving. Number 3, driving. Showering and bathing at number 2. And socialising is the thing that we most like to do and we would miss if somehow we couldn't. All right, Tim, let me just go through these with you. Jeffrey Archer, who's that?
Former Conservative politician and novelist.
Yes, I saw him at the cinema about a year or so ago, and he said hello. I said hello, Jeff. How are you?
You had a little conversation with him?
Yeah, that was.
Is he all right?
I don't know.
Is he doing okay these days?
Yeah. I mean, he's still writing his novels, of course, and doing lots of stuff. Anyway, 1986, this day, Jeffrey Archer resigns as deputy chairman of the Conservative Party. 1988, these are the birthdays and anniversaries, obviously. Who was Mikhail Gorbachev?
Obviously Russian president, very famous.
Mikhail Gorbachev promises to free all political prisoners by the end of the year. Glasnost and all of that, 1988.
Perestroika.
Francois Mitterrand, who was that?
He was a French guitarist, wasn't he? Wasn't he in that?
I know he's French.
Yeah, he was a French guitarist. Wasn't he in a band with Serge Gainsbourg and Johnny Hallyday?
That's right, yeah.
Francois Mitterrand band.
Yeah, Francois Mitterrand band, yeah. Heavy metal they were mainly, weren't they?
They were mainly, yes.
Thrash metal.
Leather jackets.
Yeah. 1919, Francois Mitterrand, French president from 1981, founder of the French Socialist Party. That's interesting. That is the guy. Timothy Bentinck, Dr. Hilary Jones, Greg James and A. Dot later on The Big Show.
Hard to keep it like it started. It hurts so bad when hearts are parted. Heaven knows I try to guard it. I try harder every day. Sacrifice, but it won't pay. The rising cost of love, it's costing me. Oh, it's costing you. I said the rising cost of love, it's costing me. Oh, it's costing you. In my mind, you hold a special place. Memories I don't care to erase. Signs of love, a smile on your face. Now there's a frown in its place. The rising cost of love, it's costing me. Oh, it's costing you. I said the rising cost of love, it's costing me, babe, it's costing you. There must be something that we can do to solve this problem between me and you. Oh, it took so long to get where we are now, to let it all slip away and not even know how. The rising cost of love, it's costing me. Oh, it's costing you. I said the rising cost of love, it's costing me. Oh, it's costing you.
I got 11 to 3 now. Afternoon, Steve. Would really appreciate a shout out from our dad as we're driving home from Middlesbrough after visiting family. Can you play a tune for him? Yeah. Thank you very much. Have a good day from Roman McClunu. Yeah. Over to Bobby.
Thank you, Steve. First of all, the latest on the M62 eastbound. I'm here at Tingley, junction 28 to 29 for the M1 and Lofthouse. Now, there's this accident on the eastbound route. It is still there and 3 lanes are shut. So you've got big queues on eastbound M62. Just watch the Woodhead Pass, the A628. That's your usual route because it looks just a little bit busy to me. And I think some of the traffic is trying to avoid the congestion on the M62 and using that cross-country route instead. M56 on the westbound side, junction 6 for Hale. We had a broken down lorry and 2 lanes were shut. It's now been moved, so that traffic should move fairly soon. M6 northbound, broken down car, another one at 6 Spaghetti Junction. The queues are back to 5 at Castle Bromwich. Southbound, we've got queuing from 5 as well, because at 4A the M42 there's an accident on the exit Slit Road onto the M42 on the southbound exit Slit Road. A421 between Buckingham and Bletchley at Thornborough, still blocked both ways. Accident at the A413 to Bridge Street. A43 northbound is also still shut up out from the M40 at junction 10, so you can still get off the junction. You can't get on the northbound A43 and head towards the Baynard's Green roundabout, and this is putting pressure on the northbound M40. It's queuing back towards junction 9. M25 clockwise busy, 9 Leatherhead, solid to 15 the M4. Then we've got between 17 and 18 more congestion. Accident at 27 for the M11. The queue's back to 26 the Waltham Abbey. Anti-clockwise, it's queuing from 16 the M40 to Chertsey already, and the queues for the Dartford Tunnel, they're almost back to 3 the M20, but not quite. Finally, M3 northbound, bump between 3 and 2, so one lane is shut towards the M25. Back with more, 40 minutes.
Thank you.
Bobby Pryor, official traffic operative.
The crayons are back. Said the crayons are back. Go tell your mama. Tell her spread the news. Oh, tell them that the crayons are back. There ain't no chains on my back. There ain't no chains on my back. There's only joy that freedom brings. Tell them that the crayons are back. Been a long time making a show, and all this winter going so slow. Cause a kind reaction so we could feel the love once more. They're all flying back. Oh, they're all flying back. Come see the sky. Hear people cry. Oh, get running, said the crayons are back.
All right, let's have a look at some more stuff occurring today. Janie and Tim are here. People link hair colour and personality. Okay, now let me ask you this, Janie Lee Grace. Blondes are what, would you say?
Yeah, so let me guess what they say. They'll say blondes are outgoing and bubbly and vivacious.
Yes, they do. They say youthful.
How did I know that?
I don't know.
Much like yourself, Janie.
Much like myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Youthful looking, choosy, outgoing and flirtatious.
I mean, what a ridiculous survey. So you don't think those words could be applied to somebody with red hair or brown hair? It's just so bonkers.
I know. I'll do redheads for you. Redheads are more sensitive and can be hot-tempered individuals. And brunettes, what do you think about brunettes? Because you're a brunette, or you used to be.
Yes, highly intelligent, obviously.
I haven't got one for bald and grey.
Sincere. Highly intelligent, sincere, and quite serious.
Is this from like 1978?
I was going to ask you to describe the characters and personalities of late Telly Savalas and Yul Brynner.
Yeah, well, they were actually aggressive, right?
No, not really aggressive.
Not aggressive.
Gave the impression.
Yeah. All right, brunettes are typically trustworthy, faithful, even-tempered, and clever. Yep, I think that's
so
right.
Does your personality change then as you lose hair?
I don't know.
Do you think I mean, you both known me for a few years. Have I
presumably what they're
changed?
saying is you don't have a personality by the time you lose your hair.
No,
Oh dear, I'd be very
of
scared.
course you do. You got more hormones, haven't you?
I don't know, I haven't counted them recently.
Because I did see you, a lot of moths follow you down the street.
That's me testosterone.
Oh, that's your testosterone. BT will slash costs for customers who only have a landline after a review by regulator Ofcom. From April 2018, the telecoms company will reduce the price of its monthly line rental by £7, a 37% decrease from the current cost of $18.99. Young offenders should have social media monitored. You probably heard this story earlier on. Young people at risk of being involved in crime should have their social media profiles monitored by youth workers, a probation watchdog report has said. What else? Yeah, TV boss joins Apple. One of the most prominent figures in British broadcasting has been appointed a creative director Europe in Apple's video team. Jay Hunt, who was Chief Creative Officer at Channel 4 and, of course, was at the BBC, has now gone to Apple. Here's Jane, Elite Grace.
Dogs have such a keen sense of smell that they can sniff their owner's feelings. This is all done by a professor at the University of Naples who arranged for human volunteers to watch some videos that prompted reactions of fear and happiness, and then they got some sweat samples, and then the dogs smelt the fear. When they smelt the fear samples, they showed more signs of stress, and they had higher heart rates than those who were exposed to the sweat of the people who were happy.
But what they're doing is smelling sweat, just like I think tigers and lions and other predatory animals do. I don't think they're sensing fear, they're just smelling sweat,
Well,
aren't
that's
they?
not what it says here. It says when they smelt the sweat from the people who were fearful because they'd seen images that made them fearful, then their heart rate went up.
Yeah.
And they seemed stressed, whereas it didn't happen when they smelt the sweat of happy people.
It's very interesting. We looked after my wife's daughter's sausage dog the other week.
Yeah.
Do you not think, given it's got such a keen sense of smell, it couldn't sense my stress when it pooped on the carpet? You know, my anger and my upset.
Did you have to clear it up?
No, I didn't.
I think you made it nervous.
Exactly.
Well, it is only a puppy, so you might have a good point there. Yeah.
I mean,
but when does it get to a point when it can sense my stress and my upset and it stops doing that? It also weed in the bathroom floor the other day.
Yeah, but you'd done it previously.
Yeah, but I was drunk.
We're just joking, everybody.
Yeah.
Timothy Bentinck, a.k.a. David Archer in The Archers, with us later. Dr. Hilary Jones, all kinds of subject matter. It's matters medical, everyone. And Greg James and Dottie, A-Dot, chatting about this new BBC One music show. It's called Sounds Like Friday Night, all on The Big Show.
Been looking for you in all the wrong places, but I don't go there no more. Every night, seeing all the same faces, but I ain't seen you before. I don't even know you, but girl, I think I love you. I put my lifeline in your hands. I already know it's over, never finding you again. I know, so what I gotta lose, I'ma take a chance. Girl, I'm not afraid, ain't running away tonight, no. I put my heart on the line for you, All my friends think I'm crazy, maybe I've lost my mind, but I put my heart on the line for you, my heart on the line for I put my heart on the line for you, put my heart on the line for you. I put my heart on the line for you, my heart on the line for. Didn't come in looking for a situation, but who would have thought I'd be breaking every rule I ever made, but guess it's a good time to start. I don't even know you, but girl, I think I love you. I put my lifeline in your hands. I already know it's over, never finding you again. I know, so
Very cool. Craig David. Heartline.
Girl, I'm not afraid, ain't
You can
running.
email us steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. You can text 88291, tweet us at BBC Radio 2. So when we come back after the news, the oldies chosen by Aaron Dainty in Etwall in Derbyshire.
BBC News at 3 o'clock. This is Erica Fisher. A 21-year-old woman from Birmingham has been found guilty of helping her husband prepare to carry out a terror attack by buying him a combat knife. Madiha Tahir, who's 21, was convicted of assisting Amariyat Mirza, who'd planned a sustained knife attack. The head of the West Midlands Counter-Terrorism Unit, Detective Chief Superintendent Matt Ward, said the case was typical of the kind of threat facing the UK.
Small groups of individuals, on this case family members, but it could just easily have been friends, sharing very explicit extremist material using encrypted apps, which have been downloaded from social media, inciting each other to be able to carry out an attack, being inspired by other attacks they've seen either in the United Kingdom or abroad.
Detectives investigating the disappearance of a woman from Inverclyde who was last seen in public almost 18 years ago have detained her carers. Margaret Fleming, who's 36, was reported missing a year ago, but police said she'd not been seen by anyone except Eddie Kearney and Avril Jones since close to the turn of the millennium. Police and immigration officers across Europe have been taking part in a major operation to target international people smuggling. Properties were raided in 5 countries, including 40 in London, Gateshead and Birmingham, which led to 11 arrests in England and 15 elsewhere. Steve Dan from the Home Office's Department of Immigration Enforcement says vulnerable people are smuggled in from Afghanistan, Pakistan and Vietnam.
What we have is families, we've had young children. It's quite upsetting when you see some of the photographs of how these people are held within vehicles. They're actually specifically built hides and concealments in vehicles, and they can spend a number of days in those locations before they're actually recovered.
Kenya's election commission says voting in the rerun of the presidential poll has been hampered by security challenges. At least 3 people have been killed in protests. The Royal British Legion has launched this year's Poppy Appeal by spelling out in poppies the words to one of the most famous World War I poems in locations across England, Wales and France. Lines from Flanders Fields by the Canadian officer John McCrae have been placed at sites such as the White Cliffs of Dover and on the beach at Dunkirk. Last year, the Royal British Legion raised about £46 million. Mike Kiff is one of the veterans who was helped by the charity after being medically discharged from the army.
It threw me into sort of quite a slump of depression and put me in a dark place. I attended a recovery centre called Bryden House in Germany, which was fully funded by the Legion, and there they provided me with sleep management, pain management, counselling, and it put me in an environment with other people in my situation, people that understood, and without that support I don't know sort of where we'd be today.
The latest forecast suggests that within the next 12 years, the number of people living in the UK will pass the 70 million mark. The prediction suggests a slower population growth than previously thought. And that's the BBC News at 3 minutes past 3. Our next at 4.
Thanks, Erica.
Now, the non-stop oldies brought to you daily by Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Every day between 3 and 3:30. It's the non-stop oldies. They're ever so good today.
We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Say you don't know me, I recognize my face. Say you don't care who goes to that kind of place. Knee deep in the hoopla, sinking in your fight. Too many runaways, eating up the night. Marconi plays the bamba. Listen to the radio. Don't you remember? We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city. We built this city on rock.
the stage. They call us irresponsible, write us off the page. Marconi plays the mama, listen to the radio. Don't you remember, we built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. It's just another Sunday in a tired old street. Police have got the chokehold. And we just lost the beat. Who counts the money underneath the bar? Who rides the wrecking ball into our guitars? Don't tell us you need us, 'cause we're the super fools looking for America, crawling through your schools.
Looking out over that Golden Gate Bridge on another gorgeous sunny Saturday, and I'm seeing that bumper to bumper traffic.
Serious jocking.
It's your favorite radio station in your favorite radio city, the city by the bay, the city that rocks, the city that never sleeps.
Marconi plays the mama, listen to the radio. Don't you remember, we built this city. We built this city on rock and roll.
We build this city. These oldies chosen by Aaron Dainty at Etwall in Derbyshire. Stephen Ganger work as a lorry driver and love listening to your little show whilst driving down the open road and enjoying the scenery. In my spare time, you usually find me playing tennis or batters with my friends. I love to keep active when I'm not on the road. As you'll see from my song choices, I have a varied taste in music and love anything from scouting for girls to status quo. Do hope you enjoy listening to my oldies as much as I did choosing them. All the best.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of my tears. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous that the best of all the years have gone by. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified, and then I see the look in your eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. Every now and then I fall apart. And I need you now tonight. And I need you more than ever. And if you only hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever. And we'll only be making it right, 'cause we'll never be wrong. Together we can take it to the end of the line. The love is like a shadow on me all of the time. I don't know what to do and I'm always in the dark. We're living in a powder keg and giving off balls. I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Upon a time I was falling in love, but now I'm only falling apart. There's nothing I can do, a total eclipse of the heart. Once upon a time there was light in my life, but now there's only love in the dark. Nothing I can say, a total eclipse of the heart.
together we can take it to the end of the line. Love is like a shadow on me all of the time. I don't know what to do, I'm always in the dark. Living in a party cake and giving up sparks. I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Once upon a time I was falling in love, but now I'm only falling apart. Nothing I can say, a total eclipse of the heart. A total
That was ridiculously epic. Bonnie Tyler, Total Eclipse of the Heart.
A total eclipse of the heart.
On the non-stop oldies, as chosen by Aaron Dainty in Etwall in Derbyshire. To mention to you, we are just 25 hours away, precisely, from the Jockin.
Serious Jockin.
Oi, silly boy Steve, drop the G and do some serious jockin.
In 25 hours, I will. Non-stop oldies chosen by Aaron Dainty at Etwall, Derbyshire.
and the crowd is growing bigger. Listening for the happy sound that I got to let it go. Listen to the music. Listen to the music.
Dr. Hillary's on with us later, talking flu and colds and trigger finger. Yeah, trigger finger. And rashes and flatulence. Also, we got Timothy Bentinck from the Archers. That's how you say his name.
We do need to make sure Pip's on board with it.
She's the future of this place, so she'd be absolutely key.
I'd imagine she'd be well up for it, wouldn't she? We're not so sure. You know, she had that kick in the face when she was doing the contract melody.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
And my friend Greg James.
Now, I've got... This is based on the fact that I think Tina is a slightly older name. Okay. Well, I don't want to be offensive here.
Well, to any Tinas anywhere.
No, okay. I'm going to say 34.
With Dottie. 34 was wrong.
Sometimes I see your face looking at me, all your love and grace, smiling at me, all the things we had but never understood. At times it cuts me up, thinking of you, all the hope I've got wasted on you, all the talks we had never did no good. Oh, baby, I don't need you to save me, I just want you to help me, 'cause you're keeping me up all night. I'm so tired of waiting here for nothing. I should be up all night with you. Pour another glass while I watch the bottle disappear, while I watch the morning light appear, thinking about you. Oh, baby, I don't need you to save me, I just want you to help me, 'cause you're keeping me up all night. I'm so tired of waiting here for nothing. I should be up all night. Oh, baby, I don't need you to save me, I just want you to help me, 'cause you're keeping me up all night. I'm so tired of waiting here for nothing. I should be up all night. I met this girl last night, she said, why won't you marry me? This girl last night, she said, why won't you marry me? But I'm too young for that, too dumb for that, too broke for that, too tired for that, too proud for that, I'm too gone for that. Would you like to come back to my throne? Oh, baby, I don't need you to save me, I just want you to help me, 'cause you're keeping me up all night. I'm so tired of waiting here for nothing. I should be up all night.
Today at 5 on Radio 2, Simon Mayo. Simon has the UK exclusive version of a Queen track which was never heard before. Plus he chats to Tears for Fears, of course, ahead of their Radio 2 in concert tonight at 8. And cook Nigel Barden makes butternut squash tagine for Foodie Thursday. All starts at 5.
Live till 5. Steve Wright in the afternoon.
These are the non-stop oldies.
fall, your little piece of heaven turns to dust. Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. I don't know where you're going, and I don't know why. But listen to your heart before you tell him sometimes you wonder if this fight is worthwhile. The precious moments are all lost in the tide. Yeah, they're swept away, and nothing is what it seems. The feeling of belonging to your dreams. Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. I don't know where you're going, and I don't know why. But listen to your heart before you tell him
These are the non-stop oldies chosen by Aaron Dainty in Edwall in Derbyshire. Roxette, Listen to Your Heart. And there's one more. It's the aforementioned Scouting for Girls.
Every night I remember that evening, the way you looked when you said you were leaving, the way you cried as you turned to walk away. The cruel words and the false accusations, the mean looks and the same old frustrations. I never thought that we'd throw it all away, but we threw it all away. And I'm a little bit lost without you, and I'm a really big mess inside. And I'm a little bit lost without you. This ain't a love song, this is goodbye. This ain't a love song, this is goodbye. I've been lost, I've been out, I've been losing. I've been tired, I'm all hurt and confusion. I've been mad, I'm the kind of man that I'm not. And though I'm down, I'll be coming back fighting. I may be scared and a little bit frightened, but I'll be back, I'll be coming back to life. I'll be coming back to life. And I'm a little bit lost without you, and I'm a really big mess inside. And I'm a little bit lost without you. This ain't a love song, this is goodbye. And I'm a really big mess inside, and I'm a little bit lost without you. This ain't a love song, this is goodbye. It's alright, 'cause you can try, but you never keep me down. It's alright, I may be lost, but you never keep me down. You can try, but you never keep me down. You can try, I know I'm lost, but I'm waiting to be found. You never keep me down. You never keep me down.
Soon we'll talk to Greg James and Dottie. And those were the oldies. It's 3:31.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. Radio 2.
Do some traffic for you in just a second with Bobby. Immigration officers have arrested 11 people in the UK after overnight raids as part of a Europe-wide investigation into people smuggling. Those arrested were detained in London, Birmingham and Gateshead. The UK government wanted to set up an internal warning system to monitor and react to decisions made by President Donald Trump, emails show today. The emails reveal concerns about the impact of Mr. Trump's travel ban on UK citizens and national security. And the game of bridge cannot be considered a sport. The European Court of Justice has said, they've ruled, in fact, the English Bridge Union, the EBU, began legal action after Sport England refused to recognise the card game, denying it access to lottery funding. Stephen Team, I've just dunked a bourbon biscuit in my tea and it's broke off. Oh, what are they like? What does it say on the packet? No breaking off? Very frustrating. Have you got a spoon handy? Spoon handy? No, they're saying no out there. We haven't. I'm sorry. If we had, you could have it. Steve, my name is Poppy, and I'm 11 years old. Can you shout out to my mum for spending her 40th birthday money on a holiday for our family? Yes. Thanks, Mum. Can you also shout out to her friend Chantel for looking after our cats, Ziggy and Zelda, while we're gone? Thanks for being an awesome mum. Mum, love from Poppy. That's brilliant. Can you say hello to my parents, Yvette and Neil? We're on the second half of our big drive north from Bournemouth to Yorkshire to see a family. And hello from you would go down a storm. Thanks for a good show. That's from Anna. OK, that's done. Let's go straight to Bobby. What you got?
Steve, thank you. Greater Manchester, the M67, now partially blocked. There's a lorry that broke down at junction 4 for Broadbottom. So we've got one lane shut on the roundabout on the junction. So that's causing a little bit of congestion going off. M62 eastbound, the accident, 28 Tingley, 29 for the M1. We've still got two lanes shut following that earlier accident, causing congestion. The M6 on the northbound side at 6 Spaghetti Junction breakdown has gone, but still queuing from 5. The southbound problem at junction 4A, the accident to the M42 has been cleared, but it's still congestion from junction 5 as well. To the M1 northbound, there's been a bump between 15 Northampton and Newport Pagnell services, so one lane is shut there. To the A421 between Buckingham and Bletchley at Thornborough, it is still blocked with this accident between the A413 and Bridge Street. To the A43 northbound, we've still got it closed from the M40 at junction 10 all the way to Baynells Green roundabout. So you can get off at junction 10, but this closure of the A43 is causing queues back onto the M40 northbound from junction 9. And the M25 clockwise busy, 9 Leatherhead to 15 for the M4, then 17 to 18 is heavy, and it's very slow if you're heading around 26 for Waltham Abbey. Anti-clockwise busy from 16 to 11, and into the Dartford Tunnel it's nearly back, queuing from the M20 at junction 3. Finally, the accident between 3 and 2 up towards the M25 has gone. A little bit of a congestion going through though. Back with more, 25 minutes.
Thank you to Bobster.
This is Jeremy Vine. Did you or a friend put your head in the mouth of a rhino? Why is this trend so popular? Who's to blame? Could it be the internet or the use of television? What's your local authority doing to stamp it out? Let me know.
I know, that wasn't really him. That's not a real subject. 25 to 4. This is The Big Show on Radio 2.
Take
off my shoulders. Say I won't make the same mistakes when we're older. 'Cause with every step you take, I'm getting colder. So come a little closer, just come a little closer. I don't want somebody else to call my name. No, I don't want somebody else when you could just say that you're the one who's taking me home. 'Cause I want you on my skin and my bones, knocking me off of my feet. Just say I'm the one that you need. Oh, please say that you're the one who's taking me home, so I can get you alone. Just wanna talk a little longer. So baby, don't you wanna stay a little later? 'Cause I could watch you watch me forever. 'Cause I know you better, and you know I never need somebody else to call my name. No, I don't want somebody else when you could just say that you're the one who's taking me home. 'Cause I want you on my skin and my bones, knocking me off of my feet. Just say I'm the one that you need. Oh, please say that you're the one who's taking me home, so I can get you alone. Say that you're the one who's taking me home, 'cause I want you on my skin and my bones, knocking me off of my feet. Just say I'm the one that you need. Oh, please say that you're the one who's taking me home, so I can get you alone.
Okay, return visit for our friend Greg James from Radio 1's Drive Time show. Greg's also all over the telly on things like Children in Need, Sport Relief, The One Show, Glastonbury, of course. Dottie, also known as A-Dot, of course, is the breakfast show host over on BBC Radio 1 Extra, and they are here.
Hello.
Well, first of all, this is the first time Dottie and I have kind of met. Greg, just be over there for a while.
Okay, see you in a bit.
How you doing? All right.
Good. It's like speed dating.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, I must say that I enjoyed your show. Now, I've got a little bit from your show where you're doing some kind of wind-up.
I went down to actual Wimbledon this week, okay? And I met with the punters. I fictionally made up Petra Ocinovic.
Right.
But like you, nobody wants to accept that they've never heard of her. This is what happened when I went down to Wimbledon.
A-Dot, One Extra Breakfast Show.
Now, aside from Murray, today all eyes are going to be on court 12 when Petra Ocinovic takes to the court. A lot of people are saying at 16 maybe she's too young to do it. What do you think?
I mean, obviously the mental side of it is going to be a bit tough, but skillful, she has got the assets, so it should be a good time and should be all right.
Do you think she can go all the way?
Yeah, I think she can. I think she can do it.
You're having some fun there.
I love a prank. I do.
Now, I understand that you were at a concert and you were plucked from what was then maybe obscurity into stardom.
This all started for me back when I was 13 years old. I was at the Brixton Academy at a Missy Elliott concert.
Right.
My first concert I'd ever been to. And it got to a part of the show where she said, I want to know if anybody in the UK can rap. And I rapped in my bedroom, which I thought, well, I'm qualified.
Sure.
This is it. This is my big break. So I somehow managed to elbow my way to the front and I was hoisted out of the crowd by one of her bouncers, actual Missy Elliott. And then she just gave me the mic. And at this point, I was in too deep. And I was like, well, I've come this far. And I started rapping age 13 and Tim Westwood was there, who is an icon.
Oh, of course.
In the world of rap. I actually didn't see him again until about 4 years later, but he remembered me. Things kind of spiraled from
So
there
he
from
kind of
the age of
helped
about
get you
17.
the gig, right?
Yeah, and I went on to have a semi-successful career as a musician.
I think it's fully successful, surely. Now, what about so radio? You're a natural on radio.
I love radio and I'm a believer in serendipity, and I actually think that my music career was part of the journey to get me onto this course of being a music broadcaster. I actually went on to 1Extra to do a live lounge with Trevor Nelson, and then when the mics were down, chatting off mic, he said, I don't feel like I'm interviewing you. I feel like we're co-hosting my show. Will you co-host with me some of my summer shows? So I spent that summer co-hosting with Trevor Nelson. I've never left the building since my live lounge. Ended up getting my own show.
And was radio ever a part of the plan at some point? Or
But wait a minute, Greg.
No, it's fine.
You sit tight, Gregory.
Sorry, Greg. I'm boring, it's fine.
We'll get to you.
Good point.
Radio was never part of the plan. I loved going on radio. I loved radio interviews. Live lounge was huge to me as a musician when you get invited to do a live lounge. It doesn't get much bigger than that, especially on a station that I loved. So as soon as they offered me even a glimpse of some airtime, I jumped at it.
And obviously working with Greg now is a huge step forward again.
Not too bad.
I think what I might do is actually I'm going to be doing radio for a few years, then I'm going to start rapping. I'm going to do like inverse Dottie's career.
We might pick you out. Greg won Best Male Presenter at the Student Radio Awards in 2005 and was signed by Radio 1 2007, doing his first ever show the day after he graduated. Oh my goodness. So he's been on Drive Time since, 2012, something like that?
Yeah.
Greg was last on our show with Chris Smith talking about their children's book, Kid Normal. So how's the show going?
Well, the radio show is the most fun job in the whole world, as you know. I love doing that show. It's been 10 years on Radio 1 this year, which is kind of mad to think of it like that. And it's been great to see all the vintage stuff as well, to relive some of the great old shows that were on. And it was a brilliant celebration, I think, of a fine radio station.
What do you remember about Radio 1, the station that you now work for, in your early days? I mean, who did you listen to?
The person that got me into it was Scott Mills, because I heard him on the early breakfast show before Sarah Cox, and I used to listen to that and wake up early to listen to him. There was something about his show that I loved, and then I'd sort of followed him around the schedule, and then discovered Moyles, and then I discovered Zane Lowe, and then Joe White, and all the rest. So that was my way into Radio 1, yeah.
It's a really peculiar thing, because I remember even my distant past coming to Radio 1. You can't believe you work there, right?
It's insane when you see people like, for me, David Rodigan and Trevor Nelson, who I grew up listening to. Now to be able to call them my peers is insane.
Or sometimes you even become friends with them.
That's the weirdest thing, is that in the first couple of years you sort of start going out for a drink with Scott Mills and you realise that he does really love wine a lot. But you suddenly you have to be normal with these people. You're like, oh, hi Zane Lowe, are you okay? I used to listen to you every single night at university, used to copy your show essentially. So you have to sort of try and be normal quite quickly.
Try to be cool in some way in front of them.
Which is hard for me.
When we come back, we're going to talk about this new television show. That's what they're here for. It's going to be called
Sounds Like Friday Night.
And you'll find out all about it after this. Don't go away. We're back here in a moment with Greg James and Dottie. Hey, Dot's in the house.
I'll admit I was wrong. What else can I say, girl? Can't you play my head and not my heart? I was drunk, I was gone. That don't make it right, but promise there were no feelings involved. She said, boy, tell me honestly, was it real or just for show? Yeah. She said, save your apologies, baby, I just gotta know. How long has this been going on? You've been creeping around on me while you're calling me baby. How long has this been going on? You've been acting so shady, I've been feeling it lately, baby. I'll admit it's my fault, but you gotta believe me when I say it only happened once. I tried and I tried, but you'll never see that. You're the only one I wanna love. Oh yeah. She said, boy, tell me honestly, was it real or just for show? Yeah. She said, save your apologies, baby, I just gotta know. How long has this been going on? You've been creeping around on me while you're calling me baby. How long
tell me honestly, was it real or just for show? Yeah. She said, save your apologies. Baby, I just gotta know, how long has this been going on? You've been creeping around on me while you're calling me. Baby, how long has this been going on? You've been acting so.
We're back here with Greg James and Dottie, and we're going to talk about the new BBC One show, Sounds Like Friday Night. So, what can you tell me about the format of the show, first of all?
We wanted to do a show that was a really good half an hour that the whole family can sit down and watch and be like, okay, well, here's a big box office name that you might know already. Therefore, you can then put on some newer artists and some newer bands and maybe break some artists as well on a big BBC One platform. That's exciting. But also, we want it to be an entertainment show as well. So we want it basically to have 3 big artists and then some funny stuff as well.
It's a music show, but you get some extra bits along with your music, additional little videos that should hopefully leave you feeling quite entertained on a Friday night.
Okay, will it work to a format or will it be different every week?
We don't want it to descend into total chaos, but at the same time, we don't want it to be too linear. Why not? You don't want it to be overly formatted.
Yeah.
People have short attention spans, and as soon as it feels like, oh, this is just a paint-by-numbers show, I think you could lose interest quite quickly.
We've got some fun stuff with Dave Grohl in the first episode, so we've done a sketch with Dave Grohl where essentially I get him to be the new voice of BBC One. So he's the continuity announcer introducing Homes Under the Hammer and stuff like that.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I think it's really important with a show like this that it's not just, here's 5 bands, we'll see you in half an hour.
Yeah.
You need to have something else. You need to bring something else to make people go, oh, okay, it's not just a music show, but it's putting music right at the heart of it.
The fact that it's live, I think it really does give it an edge because everybody is at the top of their game when it's live, don't you think?
When something's not live, you feel that it's a bit rehearsed.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, that was take 12. Whereas on our show, you're going to see what we deliver as we deliver it. You do have to be on your A game, but if you're not, that's quite entertaining as well, because you can't reset.
Honestly and truly, we like that because actually we want to see something fall apart.
Exactly.
And you rescue it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why You've Been Framed is not videos of successful weddings. It's not videos of people walking successfully down the pavement, you know? It's people falling into a lake or a cake being put in their face. So that people like stuff when it goes wrong. The idea is that the show is sort of co-hosted by the pop star as well. So Jason Derulo will be essentially our co-host for the first one. Liam Payne is going to be on the second show as well from One Direction. So it will be funny seeing them try and be TV presenters as well, I think.
Yeah, be funny seeing you. No.
All right, Steve.
All right, okay, that's enough.
Is that what we're doing? Is that what this is?
No, but seriously, who do you think, Greg, it's aimed at? I mean, you said for all of the family.
I think it's aimed at anyone who feels a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of stuff available all the time. So, you know, if you put on Netflix, you are just delivered a screen that just goes, here's everything, pick one.
Yeah.
Same with, you know, streaming services. They go, here's 1,000 albums, listen to one of these. And sometimes people quite like to be given a little nudge. People come back to your show because they trust you to, God knows why. But they trust you to sort of guide them through entertainment stuff and new music and all the rest of it. So actually, in a world where we're just bombarded with stuff, to give people half an hour of 3 brilliant live acts, plus some fun stuff, plus the music show, you know, plus the music news of the week, I think that could be a really big show.
Will it be zappy? You know, like, because some shows are zappy with the big graphics coming up. Or will it be kind of cool and loose?
I like the thought of it being a bit zappy, actually. Yeah. The worst thing you can do is say, we're going to have a show and it's going to be zany.
Zany is another thing altogether. Yeah.
But zappy will take.
I think it'll look big because we're doing it at TV Centre.
With a studio audience?
With an audience.
With a studio audience.
Great. Honestly, it's going to be just fine. It's going to be groovy. I look forward to it.
Me too.
It's fantastic. It's called Sounds Like Friday Night. It begins on Friday 27th. That's tomorrow, of course. It's on BBC One at 7:30. Greg James and Dottie, thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Greg, thank you very much. All right, don't forget to watch Sounds Like Friday Night. Tomorrow, BBC One, 7:30. Be there. Don't be a muck.
It's going to be zappy.
To that tall skyline I come, flying in from London to your door. New York, looking down on Central Park.
has a heart that lives in New York. A heart in New York, a rose on the street. I write my song to that city heartbeat. A heart in New York, a love in her eye, an open door and a friend for the night. New York, you got money on your mind, and my words won't make a dime worth a difference. So here's to you, New York.
Here's to you, New York. A heart in New York. It's Art Garfunkel. Tops. If I were a carpenter. You were a lady. Hey, Steve, wife just asked the classic question. Oh, my goodness. Do you want chili or spag bowl for tea? Got any ideas? Tony, what's the matter with you? Spag bowl? Don't you know anything? Loving the music. We're on our way to Cardiff to see Mickey Flanagan. Oh, outrageous. From Russ and Katie in Somerset. You got it. 5 to 4 and Bobby.
Steve, thank you. First of all, the M67, this broken down lorry at Junction 4, it's on the roundabout off to Mottram and Broadbottom, so we've got it partially blocked. You can get off, though. The M6 Cumbria northbound between 36 and 37, up towards Kendal, there's a vehicle fire, so one lane is shut through there. M62, two problems. First of all, eastbound, there was already an accident, 28 to 29, Tingley to Lofthouse. 3 lanes again are closed, so you've got big queues through there. M62 westbound, 19 to A18 Hayward to the M60. We've got a lorry on fire, so one lane is shut there at the moment. M1 northbound at 15 for Northampton. We've got an accident between there and Newport Pagnell services. So the queue goes back to the services, but the accident is before 15. And then problems for the A43. Northbound is still shut. Going off from the M40 at junction 10 all the way to Baynard's Green roundabout, causing northbound queues on the M40. And the M25 finally, clockwise. We've got an accident now between 9 and 10 towards the A3. One lane is shut. And then more queues around to 16. And finally, anti-clockwise, a big queue from 16 to 11 at Chertsey. Queuing into the Dartford Tunnel, almost to 4 at Orpington. Back with more, half an hour.
Thank you.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
So stop it, stop me crazy. Nothing, baby. So stop me, no, girl. So stop it, no. Remember the day you up and left. I nearly cried myself to death. Oh yeah. And then I met someone else. She made me stop and get a hold of myself. Oh yeah, I'm doing fine now without you, baby. I'm doing fine now without you, baby. Remember the day you walked away. I ran behind you when I begged you to stay. Oh yeah. But you never heard a word I said. You kept on stepping and turning your head. Oh girl, I'm doing fine now without you, baby. I'm doing fine now without you, baby. I'm doing fine, baby. I'm doing fine without you. I'm doing fine, baby. I'm doing fine without you. Remember the day you up and left. I nearly cried myself to death. Oh yeah. And then I met somebody else. So happy. She made me stop and grab a hold of myself.
I'm doing fine now.
I'm really doing fine.
Without you, baby. Big show on Radio 2 coming up. In the showbiz, Cuts Grace Jones and Tobin Bell. Our guests, David Archer, Tim Benting, Dr. Hilary Jones, the Autumn Surgery. Thank you, Doctor. Social media factoids. There's Tim, there's Bobby, there's Janie, there's Sports Guy, and Erica with the news next.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. Great
In the United Kingdom, across planet Earth, this is BBC Radio 2 online, on digital radio, and on 88 and 91 FM.
BBC News at 4 o'clock. This is Erica Fisher. The wife of a Birmingham man who planned a terrorism attack in the city has been found guilty of helping his preparations by buying him the knife he intended to use. Madiha Tahir, who's 21, had denied preparing an act of terrorism by assisting Amariyat Mirza earlier this year. Mirza pleaded guilty to the plot. Zubaydah Limbada, who's an expert on dealing with radicalisation, says Tahir's conviction is symptomatic of the new role that some women now play.
What we've seen is a woman who seems to be in control. She's confident. She's not someone who's going to stand there, but she's actively encouraging. So I think that needs to be borne in mind in terms of a shift in gender roles that's also occurring. But the fact is it also challenges our notion of what a woman's role within these movements has to be when we look at it in a broader global context as well.
11 people have been arrested in the UK as part of a major operation against people smugglers. A further 15 arrests were made on the continent. The raids in London, Birmingham and Gateshead targeted a gang which allegedly used secret compartments in vehicles to smuggle people across Europe and into Britain. The Immigration Minister Brandon Lewis says a number of agencies have worked together.
This operation today has been a piece of work done by a wide group of people across countries and different organisations over a period of time to get to the point to be able to have the kind of success with these series of arrests.
The Electoral Commission in Kenya has postponed voting in 4 western counties in the rerun of the presidential election because of what it calls security challenges. At least 3 people have been killed in clashes between police and opposition supporters in several places. Official figures show that average earnings have failed to keep up with price rises for the first time since 2014. The average wage of £550 a week is up more than 2%, but prices have risen even faster. Here's our personal finance correspondent, Simon Gompertz.
The buying power of the average wage has shrunk again in the past year, leaving typical weekly earnings nearly 5% lower in real terms, adjusting for inflation, than in 2008. Some groups have done better. The lowest paid 10% have had above-inflation increases, partly thanks to the national living wage. The highest earnings are in London, averaging £692 a week, while Wales, much of the north of England and the East Midlands are all around the lowest level of £500. Women's pay remains 9% less than men's. The gap has narrowed slightly, but the TUC said it was still a chasm.
Conservationists say that more than 200 seal pups have died around the Welsh coastline in the recent storms. They say the colonies on the islands of Ramsey, Skomer and Stockholm have been badly affected. Nature reserves off the coast of Pembrokeshire are an important breeding ground for the Atlantic grey seals. Pope Francis has made a call to the International Space Station. The Pope asked the crew a variety of questions, including their views on mankind and the universe. BBC News at 4:03 are next at 5.
Thank you. Now here's the sports guy.
Yes, this story breaking in the last hour. Rangers have sacked their manager Pedro Caixinha. They're currently 4th in the Scottish Premiership, 8 points behind leaders Celtic. They drew last night with Kilmarnock. Caixinha said afterwards he was determined to stay in charge, but the club's board have today decided his time at Ibrox is over. He's only been manager since March, making his tenure the shortest in Rangers history. FA Chairman Greg Clark admits they have lost the trust of the public over the handling of discrimination claims against ex-England women's manager Mark Sampson, who made unacceptable comments to players Eni Aluko and Drew Spence. Clark says, "We failed. What the last few weeks have exposed is how out of step we are." Cricket, England's women have real work to do if they're to regain the Ashes. They suffered their second defeat in a row earlier, beaten by 75 runs, so Australia take a 4-point lead in the series. And rugby union, Exeter back row Sam Simmons has received his first England call-up ahead of the autumn internationals.
Thank you very much.
I hate people who use big words just to make themselves look perspicacious.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, sports guy. I ask you, who would be a football manager?
Behind movie scenes, behind those movie screens, Asher Bartley, she's the one that keeps the dream alive. From the morning past the evening to the end of the light. Brim full of Asher on the 45. Well, it's a brim full of Asher on the 45. Brim full of Asher on the 45. Well, it's a brim full of Asher on the 45. Everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. Everybody needs a bosom. Everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. Everybody needs a bosom. Mine's on the 45. Illuminate the main streets and the cinema aisles. We don't care about no government warning about that promotion of the simple life of the dams they're building. Brim full of Asher on the 45. Well, it's a brim full of Asher on the 45. Brim full of Asher on the 45. Well, it's a brim full of Asher on the 45. Everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. Everybody needs a bosom. Everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. Everybody needs a bosom. Everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. Everybody needs a bosom. Everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. Everybody needs a bosom. Everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. Everybody needs a bosom. Mine's on the 45. Brim full of Asher on the 45. Well, it's a brim full of Asher on the 45. Brim full of Asher on the 45. Well, it's a brim full of Asher on the 45. Everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. Everybody needs a bosom. Everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. Everybody needs a bosom. Everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. Everybody needs a bosom. Everybody needs a bosom.
I love hearing that. More or less all in one key. All the way through. Corner shop rim full of Asher. I got 409, it's Radio 2. This is The Big Show. On Twitter and the social media, hashtag National Pumpkin Day is trending. Sarah says ginger and pumpkin cake in the oven and 2 tiny vicious pumpkins. Or is it viscous? It's probably viscous. Lurking in the corridor. Hashtag National Pumpkin Day. Over on Facebook, people are talking about Bruno Mars, who's been confirmed as the headliner for the Opener Festival in Poland next year. Cher was on The Breakfast Show with Chris this morning, and she's confirmed she'll be in the sequel to the hit musical movie Mamma Mia. Cher refused to tell us her actual role in the film, though, saying the studio would kill me. Matt Dillon is in a brand new thriller called The House That Jack Built, and the first preview shots were released today. Matt plays a serial killer called Jack, who plans to commit the perfect murder in the 70s and 80s before DNA evidence was used in cases. The movie also stars Uma Thurman. Stormzy is collaborating with a totally unknown rapper from South London thanks to a tweet that went viral. His name is Tex, T-E-K-S, Sinatra, and he tweeted that he'd lied to his mum about making music with Stormzy. It said, told my mum I got a tune with Stormzy on the way. Lord forgive the lie, I just needed her to take my rap career seriously. It was retweeted thousands of times, and now Stormzy has actually agreed to actually do it. That's fantastic. That's a great story. That is brilliant. And Bloodlight and Balmy, starring Grace Jones, had its premiere in London last night. The film is out in cinemas tomorrow, and Grace said it's been a long time in the making.
Through the whole process, it's been like 10 years, and we were doing a lot of things in between, you know, finishing my record, my book, and it was like a slow roller coaster ride, I guess I could say.
Grace Jones, the latest Saw movie, also premiered last night. Tobin Bell plays the villain Jigsaw in all 8 films, and he said there's a lot of layers to this one.
One of the things with Saw is that what you see is not always what you get. So that's about all I can say, and we'll have to leave it to the fans to see what they see.
And yesterday, the stars of the hit Netflix series Stranger Stranger Things, Millie Bobby Brown and Noah Schnapp were over at Radio 1 with Grimmy. Even though she's young, Millie said she's doing all right with separating work life and home life.
I don't know, like, I would always feel like kind of weird just coming back and after a full day of crying and just be happy. And I'm like, whoa, it's really weird. Like, I've had a really bad day today. And then I come home and I'm happy. Like, what's happening?
She sounds great. This is Radio 2. 411 Deep Purple. Smoke on the water. Now we're returning for some more factoids. Here's Tim.
Do you know why sunglasses make people look more attractive and cool?
Because they cover your eyes if you're having a really bad day.
Well, now that's interesting you say that, Janie, because I would have thought, you know, most people have got nice eyes, and eyes are always cited, if you'll pardon the pun, as something that attracts the opposite sex.
Yeah, but if you haven't had very much sleep or you're not feeling that great, your eyes go all kind of piggy, don't they?
That's not the point. Guys.
Oh, we're getting it all wrong,
Hang
are
on,
we?
that's not the point. I'm asking you, why do sunglasses make people look more attractive and cool, which they do, don't
Perhaps
they?
because of the association with film stars who wore them originally.
That's a good answer. I think it's something to do with reflection.
No, according to some psychologists, it's because they give the illusion of a chiseled bone structure on top of a soft-featured face.
And no piggy eyes.
Factoids.
Held my breath as the last wave pulled me under. What doesn't kill you makes you so much stronger. Can you feel this pain rushing through these veins, driving me insane? But I won't break. I won't look back tonight. This is the time. Dancing with a broken heart, that fire with fire, the truth to a liar. I'm going higher, dancing with a broken heart.
Now we've got Timothy Bentink in here. Timothy's been here before. Timothy Bentink is an actor, inventor, writer, computer programmer and musician. He was last on the show, I think about 2 years ago, to talk about his first children's book, Colin the Camper Van. To millions of listeners around the globe, he's best known for his long-running role of David Archer. In The Archers, over on Radio 4. This is so comforting. So, what about a round of applause for Timothy? Already?
Thank you.
Well, listen, how are you?
I'm all right. It's going to confuse the Radio 2 listeners when they suddenly tune into Radio 2 and hear the Archers theme tune. They go, disconnect there.
Well, we can all be characters in the Archers.
We could do a scene, could we? Well, David, how are you today?
I'm not so bad, Ruth. Thanks very much indeed. My God, you've changed.
It's that organic farming.
Yes, the things it does to people.
I used to like the guys who go, who's that guy?
Yeah, Walter Gabriel.
Oh, Walter Gabriel. That was years ago.
Oh, me old pal, me old beauties.
So how long have you been David Archer?
35 years.
It doesn't matter about the typecasting because you are able to do other work because nobody can see you.
Nobody knows what I look like. Yeah.
Now, tell me about this book. It's Being David Archer and Other Unusual Ways of Earning a Living. So is this an auto or not?
Yeah, it's an auto. I got an email out of the blue from a literary agent called Robert Dudley who said, would you like to write an autobiography? And I said, well, I've actually started one because my father had started writing one and then poor chap died before he finished it. He'd only got up to it being age 20 and he'd had a fascinating life. And I thought, well, you know, if I get hit by a bus tomorrow, the International Movie Database has me down as known for conjoined gnome left in Romeo and Juliet because that's the highest grossing movie I've been. It doesn't matter what you've done in your life, you know, the highest grossing movie, that's it.
That was big, though.
I've seen it. It's very good, though.
Yeah,
very,
well,
very
you probably remember conjoined gnome left, you know, an enormous performance. I had about one line. So I thought, well, if I died tomorrow, that would be my internet legacy. I thought, I'm not having this, so I thought I'd write an autobiography.
Oh, that's great.
Put everyone straight.
How did you get the part, then, in The Archers?
When I'd left drama school, there was a thing called the Carlton Hobbs Award, which gives you 6 months on the Radio Repertory Company, just around the corner here. And I won that, so therefore I was doing voice stuff and radio plays and radio drama, and from that I then got an audition to go up to Birmingham and audition for The Archers, which I had never heard before. So I arrived there slightly nonplussed as to what was going on. And I got the part, just like some parts you get, some parts you don't get, but that was a really, really important one because it's given me 35 years of a certain amount of financial security.
Yeah, and as far as radio drama goes, it's the best I've heard.
It can be absolutely right up there. A lot of the time we're just sort of muddling along and it's fun and nothing much happens. Every now and again you get these high moments of drama, and when we do, all the actors, all the writers, all the production team all rise to the occasion and produce what I think is sometimes, you know, really, really top quality radio drama.
That, as you say, that sort of muddling along is actually part of the beauty of it, really, because you don't always want every single time you listen to something for there to be a massive car chase or whatever.
No.
But you have managed to keep it really quite relevant. You've had a few storylines that are very much in the zeitgeist, and presumably that's their intention to, because after so many years, it's incredible.
It is this very fine balancing act to keep the people who've been listening to it since 1951 to be the traditional thing that they've always loved without changing it too much, but at the same time not for it to get stuck in the past, and so needs to be reinvented a little bit to engage the next generation of people.
Now, you also write in the book about your life and your acting work, but also your varied life away from being an actor and a voice specialist. Well, you say you're an HGV truck driver. What else?
Well, I've driven tourists around America. I've invented things. I've translated an erotic novel from French. I've written French Dadaist poetry. You know, us freelance actors, any freelance, that's what you do. You put your finger in every single pie that's going. Hopefully, they don't all dry up at once.
Why did you want to be an actor then?
I think it's because I did silly accents with my mum when I was young, and with my dad. We used to be Pete and Dud. You know, we'd wake up in the morning being Pete and Dud. I'm doing all that sort of thing.
Oh, that's great.
And I just sort of loved it.
In the show, by the way, at the moment, during harvest time, the Grundys happened across an excellent crop of what turned out to be rare apples called tumble tussocks, and they've put the crop to good use to brew cider. This is all in the Archers at the moment. There's already discussions about what show the Amdram group will put on this Christmas, and it might well be Sleeping Beauty. I'm not sure if you're going to be in that or not.
David tends not to be in them. I don't know why. I get a bit hurt, really, when I don't get cast in the Christmas shows.
Yeah. What about Pip? What's going to happen with Pip?
Well, we don't know. I mean, the thing is, it's called the Archers, and it's meant to be the Archers at Brookfield, which is the farm where we live. And that's been 3 generations of people living there called the Archers. But if it's run by my daughter, it would then become the name of whoever she married if she took that name.
You just won't say Archer, though. You know, you just refer to her as Pip.
No, I think what's going to have to happen is that the boyfriend's going to have to change his name to Archer. She'll keep her maiden name.
Now, whenever I've been up to Birmingham, isn't it, where you make the Archers, I've been in there, and there were genuinely the sound effects on the floor.
Yeah, and there's a picture in the book of you using yoga, is it, for lambing sound effects?
Yeah, lambing is a wonderfully kind of complex and teamwork. There's the voice of the actor encouraging noises to the lamb. You know, go on, girl, come on, push. Then you've got the spot effects bloke next to you kind of making these squelching noises with yoghurt. And then you've got the sound coming through grams of the you in distress, doing that. And then you've got the moment of birth, which is a wet towel.
Should we leave it at
wet towel dropped onto the floor.
Okay.
No, but you're listening to this. I mean, it's all right to listen to it. I'm creating the picture
sure you
for
should
it.
tell us that.
Yeah. No.
And as we can't see you, are you holding your script or do you tend to learn it?
No, we're holding the script.
What will we, the reader, get from your book, do you think, Timothy? What kind of insight will we get into your life and the life of an actor?
It's a mixture of things. It is being David Archer, and it's divided up into archery sections and then non-archery sections. So if you only want to read about the Archers, you can go through, and that's a bit on the grey background. And the rest of it, it's about my life, and people have said it's funny, and I've tried to make it amusing. But also, I wanted it to be a bit of advice to younger actors about the idea that you don't have to get famous in this world to be able to have a decent living out of acting.
Timothy Bentinck's autobiography, Being David Archer and Other Unusual Ways of Earning a Living, which is a great title, by the way, is now out in hardback and as an ebook. Good to see you again. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Look, it's Timothy, everyone.
Well, my friends, the time has come. Raise the roof and have some fun. Throw away the work to be done. Let the music play on. Everybody sing, everybody dance. Lose yourself in wild romance. We're going to party, caramba, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing along. We're going to party, caramba, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing along. All night long, all night, all night long, all night, all night long, all night, all night long. Oh yeah. People dancing all in the street. See the rhythm all in their feet. Life is good, wild and sweet. Let the music play on, play on, play on. Feel it in your heart and feel it in your soul. Let the music take control. We're going to party, climbing, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing my song all night long. Come join the fun, it's a merry
Yeah, all night long. That's right, Lionel Richie on Radio 2 all night long. Yesterday, Fern Cotton had the cast of School of Rock, the musical, live in the piano room. And you can be at a very special gala performance of the Olivier-winning West End show in aid of BBC Children in Need. It's on Monday, the 6th of November at the New London Theatre. For the details and get your tickets, go to the Radio 2 website and click on Pudsey. At least 50% of your ticket price will go to Children in Need, and there's even some VIP tickets to meet the cast after the show. Oh, yes. That's the gala performance of School of Rock for Children in Need. Tickets are on the Pudsey section of the Radio 2 website right now. 4:29. And here's Bobby.
Steve, thank you. First of all, to Glasgow, to the M8. Now, the M8 has been closed completely between junction 25 to 26, Cardonnell to Hellington, and this is because of an incident at Braehead. The M6 on the northbound side, 36 to 37 at Kendal, we've got a vehicle fire. One lane is still shut. M67 at junction 4 for Broadbottom and Mottram, there's a broken down lorry. It's on the roundabout. You can get off onto the A57 at junction 4, but it is very slow. M62, three problems, westbound 19 to 18, we've got that lorry fire between Haywood and the M66. Then westbound, we've got a breakdown between 27 and 26, which is Gildersham to Chain Bar. Eastbound M62, we've still got three lanes shut, 28 to 29. Tingley to the M1 at Lofthouse, following that earlier accident, big queues through there. The M1 northbound bump 15 up from Northampton, the queues are still past Newport Pagnell services, although all lanes are open. A43 northbound is still shut from the M40 at junction 10 all the way to Baynard's Green roundabout. You can still get off at junction 10 though, but the queues on the M40 northbound are back from junction 9. And the M25, now clockwise, we've got congestion heading from junction 8 to 9 because of a breakdown that was just past Leatherhead turn-off. More queues from 11 around to 17, and then anti-clockwise we've got a big queue from 16 to 11 at Chertsey, and then there's a breakdown in the queues at junction 12, so going off to the M3 on the exit Slit Road anti-clockwise, you've got a queue there. Queues into the Dartford Tunnel, and now almost back to 4 at Orpington. Back with more, 25 minutes.
Dr. Hilary Jones, please call Studio 6B. Dr. Hilary Jones.
We're Manhattan. Baby girl, what's happening? You and your ride it. So
the doctor on next. Thank you, doctor.
Go pop it for a plan. Pop it for me. Turn around and drop it for a plan. Drop it for me. I'll rent a beach house in Miami. Wake up with no jammies. Lobster tail for dinner. Julio served that scampi. You got it if you want it. Got it if you want it. Said you got it if you want it. Take my wallet if you want it now. Jump in the Cadillac. Girl, let's put some miles on it. Anything you want, just to put a smile on it. You deserve it, baby. You deserve it all. And I'm gonna give it to you. Gold jewelry shining so bright. Strawberry champagne on us. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. By the fire at night. Silk sheets and diamonds, all white. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. I'm talking trips to Puerto Rico. Say the word and we go. You can be my flica. Girl, I'll be a flico, mamacita. I would never make a promise that I can't keep. I promise that your smile ain't gonna never leave. Shopping sprees in Paris. Everything 24 carats. Take a look in that mirror. Now tell me who's the fairest. Is it you? Is it you? Is it me? Is it me? Say it's us. And I'll agree, baby. Jump in the Cadillac. Girl, let's put some miles on it. Anything you want, just to put a smile on it. You deserve it, baby. You deserve it all. And I'm gonna give it to you. Gold jewelry shining so bright. Strawberry champagne on us. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. By the fire at night. Silk sheets and diamonds, all white. Lucky for you,
Tonight at 8, Radio 2 in concert, Tears for Fears. Joe Wiley presents an exclusive live concert with Tears for Fears, performing a very special set for BBC Radio 2. That's us. Watch by going to the Radio 2 website or by pressing the red button from any BBC TV channel. It's at 8 tonight. Tears for Fears.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. BBC Radio 2.
In the afternoon.
The Big Show.
Dr. Hilary Jones is here. Earlier on, we were all talking about the fact that none of us slept last night. Why is that, Doctor? I mean, did you sleep okay last night?
I did, actually. Yes, I know. A lot of people worried about the clocks going back at the weekend and getting an hour's less sleep.
Oh,
they're so worried about getting an hour's less sleep, they're not sleeping now.
Maybe that's
No,
it.
we get less, don't we?
No, we get an extra hour.
Excellent.
Yeah.
No one tells me. I'm always confused on that.
Keep up, Doctor.
I think everyone's confused, so maybe that's the reason we didn't get much sleep. Now listen, we're in the bad flu season, I suppose. NHS bosses are warning we should be braced for a bad flu season. They cite the experience of Australia and New Zealand, which have just gone through their winters. What happens there, they say, tends to be a good pointer to how flu spreads in the UK. High-risk groups, of course, such as older people, pregnant women, and those who have long-term medical conditions or a weakened immune system are at risk of complications. Let me ask you a general question. Difference between a bad cold, flu, bronchitis, laryngitis, all of which have many of the same symptoms.
Yeah, so there's overlap. So the viruses that cause these things can affect different parts of the respiratory system. So it might attack your nose most, or the throat, or the windpipe, or further down, causing bronchitis or bronchiolitis in young children. So it depends which virus and whereabouts it has most potency in the respiratory tract.
So how can we tell if it's bronchitis?
If it's bronchitis, it's going to cause a cough. You'll probably produce some phlegm, which may or may not look infected, but there's always going to be more phlegm as a result of bronchitis. That's what bronchitis is. But there are lots of coughs that aren't very productive. Tracheitis affects just the windpipe. But it can be very painful when you cough and it's just the windpipe. And very dry, very hacking, very painful.
Let me just go through them if it's all right with you. Laryngitis.
Laryngitis affects the larynx or the voice box. So hoarseness is a common symptom, a croaky throat.
What is major kind of man and woman flu?
Well, man flu is not flu, is it? I mean, Janie will back me up on this, I'm sure.
Okay, fair enough.
The difference between a cold and a flu is a cold will be unpleasant. It'll cause nasal congestion or a runny nose, maybe red eyes, sneezing, a bit of a sore throat. But it doesn't usually give you a temperature. It doesn't make you feel like you couldn't get out of bed if you saw a 50 quid note on the ground outside. You would get. With flu, you wouldn't get up. It's really that bad.
They say literally, if there's 100 quid at the end of your bed, you can't get it.
No, absolutely. You completely. Flu is so bad that it's something you probably only get once or twice in your lifetime if you're unlucky. So when people use the word flu, they're using it too much. They've probably got a bad cold. So unless you've got a fever, a hacking cough, loss of weight, loss of appetite, and debilitation so bad that you can't get out of bed, you haven't got the flu.
Some people say, I'm just at the end of a cold or I'm at the end of flu. I'm not infectious anymore. Mm-hmm. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. Probably you're infectious whilst you're sneezing, whilst you're in the early stages of the infection. Children will excrete the virus for longer. They tend not to be blowing their noses, so they've got runny nose, they're coughing and spluttering, and they're not using a tissue. So they are more infectious than adults. But generally speaking, after the first few days of a cold, when the sore throat's gone and the nasal congestion is still lingering on a little bit, you're probably not infectious anymore.
Yeah, let me just throw over to Tim now, who wants to talk about trigger finger.
I do, yeah. I mentioned this to Dr. Hilary
Yes.
off air last time, and you said you'd go into more detail about it. This affects my third finger left hand, my ring finger. And that's quite a common finger to
Absolutely,
be affected. I know roughly what it is. Explain it in more detail.
Trigger finger, yeah, it's interesting. Trigger finger. So you imagine you've got these tendons in your fingers that run through the palm of your hand and up to the forearm
Which allow
muscles.
movement.
Yeah, so when you make a fist, you're using those tendons to pull your fingers in.
Yeah.
Now, those tendons are like rough cords which are lubricated in a sheath to allow the tendon to run smoothly backwards and forwards. Now, if you get a bit of inflammation and a lump in the tendon, it can't run through the sheath smoothly. And when you flex your fingers, one of them gets stuck in the palm of your hand. Now, you can try and pull it back with an effort and suddenly it will click back, which is why we call it a trigger finger, because it's like a trigger of a gun. The resistance goes, the trigger's gone. The tendons on the back of the hand aren't as strong, so that's why the finger gets stuck down. And often that lump gets stuck behind a bony prominence from one of the joints in your fingers. So that's called a trigger finger. And the treatment really is initially a cortisone injection, which will take away the inflammation and the swelling and possibly allow it to heal on its own. And it usually will. If it doesn't, then surgery is the answer to get rid of that lump so the tendon can run freely backwards and forwards, and usually 2 weeks and you're over it.
But it's not dangerous, but you've got it now, have you?
Yeah, I've got it now. And usually overnight is when it affects you the worst.
Yes, because you tend to get a bit more swelling in the hand overnight. Yeah, it's usually the ring finger, thumb or little finger. And usually the right hand.
Oh, it was my left hand.
Is it? That's
and what
interesting.
about the fact that people are texting all the time and we're using our fingers and our thumbs a different way, aren't we?
Yeah,
now?
well, we've got a whole new
thumb.
Yeah, there's a new disease now called texter's thumb.
Don't believe it.
It's there. It's just written up in the British Medical Journal. So there it is. We're giving ourselves a whole new, different load of diseases. We used to have occupational diseases, which we've eradicated with health and safety, but now kids particularly are giving themselves a whole new range of diseases. Texter's thumb is one, but so's deafness in young people because they're playing their MP3 player so loud, they're causing some permanent deafness.
And also, what about the neck? Because everyone's like looking down.
Yeah,
at
absolutely.
phones all
Yeah,
the
and the
time.
way to the head is, especially in our cases, it's quite heavy.
We call it crick neck, don't we?
Crick neck, torticollis.
When we come back, common skin conditions, side effects of drugs, and maybe if we get time, an embarrassing body story. We could always save that for another day.
Yeah,
anyway,
talk about that.
All right, well, that's Captain. We'll be right back.
I had to escape. The city was sticky and cruel. Maybe I should have called you first, but I was dying to get to you. I was dreaming while I drove the long straight road ahead. Yeah. Could taste your sweet kisses, your arms open wide. This fever for you and just burning me up inside. I drove all night to get to you. Is that alright? I drove all night, ripped in your room, woke you from your sleep to make love to you. Is that alright?
What in this world keeps us from falling apart? No matter where I go, I hear the beating of our one heart. Thinking about you when the night is cold and dark. Yeah. No one can move me the way that you do. Nothing erases this feeling between me and you. I drove all night to get to you. Is that alright? I drove all night, crept in your room, woke you from your sleep to make love to you.
Is that alright?
I drove all
Taste your sweet kisses, your arms open wide. This fever for you is just burning me up inside.
The Doctor is here. There's Roy Orbison, Royal Philharmonic. I know. I drove all night. Steve, just sat on a tractor with my husband. Is that all right? Yes, of course. Chris, whilst he sows winter wheat. I'd like to think I'm in a supervisory role here as I sing along to your show. Love from Nikki in Montgomery. Steve, can you give a shout out to my dad, Ian, who's driving me and my mum, Sharon, home from Cornwall in Essex, to Essex, I beg your pardon, after an amazing holiday in Newquay. That's from Liam. And Steve, can you please tell me that you haven't forgotten we are less than 24 hours away from serious chocking? From Steve the Decorator in Tremendous Talkie. Of course not. The Doctor will see you again in just a mo.
Walking along the line.
with Dr. Hilary Jones. The surgery is open here, the autumn surgery. Common skin conditions. Let me just go through them in a list and you can tell us what they are. Somebody says, I think I might have eczema.
Eczema, dermatitis, inflamed, red, scaly, dry skin, itchy. Very common. Could be due to an allergy, could be due to something you touch. Lots of causes for it, often family history.
Cold sores.
Yeah, blisters, usually on the lips, caused by a herpes simplex virus, which reactivates in the nerve root and causes an eruption on the skin.
But that doesn't mean that you've got full herpes.
No, well, it's a herpes virus, but not in the sense that we often use. It is, yeah.
Impetigo, next, contagious infection that causes sores and blisters. How does somebody get impetigo?
Very common in children. It's a bacterial infection, often when the skin gets sore from a perpetual runny nose or rubbing the skin. Just get a nasty bacteria in there and you get red blisters with oozy pus.
Oh dear.
And
And
antibiotics.
Antibiotics, yeah.
Absolutely.
Psoriasis, spelt with a P, flaky red patches of skin.
Covered in silvery scales.
Silvery scales?
Yeah, often on the scalp, but often on the knees and elbows as well. Very, very thick skin, scaly, peels off, itches a bit. Often, again, runs in families. 1% of the population affected.
Okay, I got a note here about ringworm.
Ringworm.
And I always thought ringworm was those worms that you actually get when you were a kid.
No worms involved. It's like hay fever. Nothing to do with fever, nothing to do with hay.
Worms? What is it then?
Ringworm is a fungus infection. It causes a ring of redness, which is where the ring comes into it. And it's worm, which is an old-fashioned English word for disease.
Can you stop? You're making me itch.
Yeah, you will do.
Hang on, we haven't done scabies yet.
Scabies will certainly make you itch. Yeah, tiny mites that burrow under the skin, causing little trails. They intensely itch, usually in the webs between the fingers, but in the skin creases as well. Never above the neck, funnily enough.
Vitiligo, this is white patches on the skin. You see, this is quite common, isn't
Michael
it?
Jackson was reputed to have vitiligo, wasn't he? And yes, you lose the pigment in the skin. You have darker skin everywhere else and white patches often on the hands, limbs, anywhere on the body really. And some people feel very self-conscious about it, some people are happy with it, but you can get some very good camouflage creams now which will mask it.
All right, let's have a look at side effects of common drugs. I was going to play some of those ads that you sometimes see in America, where they introduce the ad for this particular product and then at the end say, don't take it, more or less.
Absolutely. Well, they've got to tell you about the side
disclaimer.
effects.
Yeah.
They really have to tell you any side effects that occur to anyone anywhere in the world ever. And so if you read side effects of aspirin, it would never be licensed now. If it was a new drug, aspirin would not be allowed because of its side effects on the stomach.
I mean, some of them even say at the end of the great long list, may cause death.
Of course, because by law, they're compelled to put in every possible side effect. It's getting the balance right because, we should only use drugs when they're really needed, in the minimum dose required to give you the beneficial effect and for the shortest period of time. But people don't stick to that. They think, if this much is good, then twice as much must be better. So they overdose and they wonder why they get side effects, or they take it for too long and they wonder why that causes problems. There are many, many drugs which are extremely useful but are abused.
I was always allergic to penicillin as a kid, but how do we know if you're allergic to a particular drug or you're going to get side effects years later?
Usually the first exposure sensitizes your immune system, and it's the second time you take it that you come out with a florid rash or whatever the symptoms are. So you might not know for many years later. But a lot of people think that they're allergic to penicillin because they were told that when they were children, and actually they're not. They had some coincidental rash, and it was attributed to the antibiotic, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
But there are so many other... I was thinking of medicines that we have got rid of. So many diet pills have been on the market over the years, and many of them were actually very capable of causing a great deal of harm. A lot of them were amphetamine-based, fenfluramine and phentamine. They're banned now.
They're gone,
because they cause high blood pressure, they cause heart attacks, they led to heart valve problems. Rimonabant, ephedrine, sibutramine, all of these were associated with horrendous side effects. People were taking them because they were so desperate to lose weight.
When did we start warning people about side effects?
I guess the turning point was thalidomide in the 50s. Now, here was a drug, thalidomide, it was teratogenic. It caused deformities in unborn babies. And that was, I think, the turning point for people to say, hey, we need to really, really much more closely regulate drugs that are being used, especially in pregnant women. But here's the thing. So thalidomide was got rid of and banned, and was, I suppose it was the standard that was set for making sure that we didn't take any risks like that again. And now thalidomide is back in a different capacity. Why did it cause limb deformities? Because it stopped cells dividing. Okay, so unborn babies couldn't grow. But now we're using it for cancer. We don't want cancer cells to grow, so we're using thalidomide in the treatment of cancer.
In a different way.
So drugs that were useless for something could be very good in some other field.
OK, we haven't got time for the full embarrassing conditions, but I think we'll just take one because I know that Janie will appreciate this one. Not because she's had it or anything like that, just because it always makes her laugh. Flatulence.
Oh, flatulence. Yes, absolutely. Now, look, flatulence can be associated with serious medical conditions.
Right.
But I should just let people know that, I mean, it's one of the most popular subjects in British humour.
Yes.
So most people will pass wind about 15, 20 times a day.
Really?
200 to 300 mils, third of a litre every day. That's about normal.
Have you been measuring personally?
No, this is
That's not a job you'd want.
It isn't. Although there are people in China who do measure.
Oh,
this is part of their
goodness.
job.
Oh, that's
and of course,
awful.
there was Le Peterman was a French
Yes.
professional farter.
Yes.
Who could imbibe air and play tunes. He could play a very good
he
rendition.
couldn't play tunes.
He could play a very good rendering of La Marseillaise and O Sole Mio. For an audience, Joseph Pujol, in the late 1890s, he entertained at Le Moulin Rouge, and they made a film with Leonard Rossiter, didn't they?
Yes,
for Le
they
Peterman. But let me bring it back to medical conditions, things like irritable bowel syndrome, associated with bloating and wind because too much gas, things like celiac disease, lactose intolerance, can all produce embarrassing and unpleasant, discomforting gas. Just like Le Peterman, if he was playing today, what would he... Thunderclap Newman, something in the air.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Doctor. Dr. Hilary Jones, everybody. Jokes and medical stuff. All here.
The heart is a balloon, shoots up through the stony ground. There's no room, no space to rent in this town. You're out of luck, and the reason that you had to care, the traffic is stuck, and you're not moving anywhere. You thought you'd found a friend to take you out of this place, someone you can lend a hand in return for grace. It's a beautiful day. Sky falls, you feel like it's a beautiful day. To let it get away on the road, but you've got no destination. You're in the mud, in a maze of her imagination. Your love is down, even if that doesn't ring true. You've been all over, and it's been all over you. It's a beautiful day. Don't let it get away. It's a beautiful day. Touch me, take me to that other place. Teach me. I know I'm not a hopeless case. See the world in green and blue. See China right in front of you. See the canyons broken by cloud. See the tuna fleets clearing the sea out. See the bedroom fires at night. See the oil fields at first light. And see the bird with a leaf in her mouth. After the flood, all the colors came out. It was a beautiful day. Don't let it get away. Beautiful day. Touch me, take me to that other place. Release me. I know I'm not a hopeless case. What you done?
Sing think that might be my favourite U2 ever. Or maybe it's between that and the one. News from the net. On contactmusic.net, Liam Payne to perform at MTV EMAs. He's joining Clean Bandit, Zara Larson, Sean Paul, Anne-Marie, Shawn Mendes, Keisha and the Killers on the bill. That's at the Wembley Arena, London, Sunday 12th of November. Variety.com says Pharrell Williams named Chief Creative Officer at a new music startup called Rolly. Their first project will be an app where users can play around with the vocals and beats of Pharrell's hit songs. Brilliant. DigitalSpy.com says choreographer Jason Gardiner confirmed as Dancing on Ice judge. He was in the show's original run and now will return for the brand new series with Jane Torville and Christopher Dean Attell. Now, here's Bobby.
Steve, thank you. First of all, Glasgow. The M8 is closed between 25 and 26 Cardonnell to Hillington following this earlier incident. Closed both ways. Been closed for about 40 minutes now, so you can imagine delays are building. No reopening time yet, but it's not going to open anytime soon because of the nature of the incident. M6 northbound, 3637 at Kendal. We've got one lane still closed following a vehicle fire. The M62, now westbound, two problems. 19 to 18, so Hayward to the M60. We've got a lorry fire, so one lane is still closed. Then on the M62 westbound, 27 to 26, which is Gilderson to Chain Bar, we've got the broken down vehicle, so one lane is closed. And the M62 eastbound, 28 to 29, Tingley to Lofthouse, the M1, we've got three lanes still shut following that earlier accident this afternoon. Give it a miss if you can. It's causing big problems on the M62 and the M1. And finally, to the M25, clockwise, big queues from 8 around to 16. Anti-clockwise, 16 to 11. Big queue into the Dartford Tunnel from 4. Back with more.
Nice one. For girls dancing in the daylight. Simon Mayo comes up after the 5 o'clock news, of course, as ever. A rare Queen track tonight, Tears for Fears on with him, and Nigel Bunn, Cooking Stuff Up. We are back tomorrow with Craig Rebel Horwood and Sirius Jockin. Good evening.
BBC News at 5 o'clock. This is Erica Fisher. A woman has been found guilty of helping her husband to plan a terror attack in Birmingham. The carers of a woman who's not been seen by anyone other than them for 18 years are in custody. And no deal for the game of bridge. A 21-year-old woman from Birmingham who bought her husband a large combat knife has been found guilty of helping him prepare a terror attack. Woolwich Crown Court heard that Madiha Tahir had encouraged Amariat Mirza by telling him before they were married that she wanted him to kill people for her. Mirza had previously admitted planning a knife attack. Dina Hamdi, who's worked on the government's counter-terrorism strategy Prevent, says there's a rise in the number of radicalised women.
I think it is already a phenomena, a noticeable occurrence, let's put it that way, ever since ISIS took hold of their strongholds in Syria. They have specifically focused on women to recruit them to build the caliphate, so to speak. So they need mothers and daughters and partners and, like the breeders of the next generation of fighters.
A student who had a copy of the anarchist cookbook under his bed in Aberystwyth has been cleared of a terrorism offence. Joshua Walker, who's 27, was detained last December after he returned from helping Kurdish forces fighting IS in Syria. He told Birmingham Crown Court he'd printed the document for a role-playing game and had then forgotten about it. One of 6 men charged with belonging to the banned right-wing group National Action is also accused of encouragement to commit murder. It's understood that this charge relates to the Labour MP Rosie Cooper. Our Home Affairs correspondent June Kelly reports.
4 of the 6 men charged with National Action membership are from the North West, and Greater Manchester Police said that one of them, 31-year-old Christopher Lithgow, is further accused of encouragement to commit murder. Another man charged, who's 22 and hasn't been named, is accused of making threats to kill. The police haven't disclosed any alleged targets, but the BBC understands that the charges relate to the Labour MP for West Lancashire, Rosie Cooper. This afternoon she issued a statement thanking police for their efforts. National Action was banned in the UK last year.
Voting in Kenya's rerun presidential election in 4 western areas has been postponed until Saturday. The country's electoral commission has blamed security problems. Opposition supporters boycotting the poll have clashed with police in several places, and at least 3 people have been shot dead. Many polling stations did not open. Kenya's Supreme Court ordered a rerun after concluding there'd been irregularities in August's vote. Detectives investigating the disappearance of a woman with learning difficulties who was last seen in public almost 18 years ago have detained her carers. 36-year-old Margaret Fleming was reported missing a year ago, but police say she hasn't been seen by anyone other than them since 1999. Katrina Renton reports.
Margaret Fleming was at a family gathering in December 1999. Since then, there has been no independent sighting of her. In October last year, her 2 carers, Eddie Kearney and Avril Jones, who lived with her, reported her missing from her home in the village of Inverkip. Forensic teams spent months searching the house, and a large garden at the property was excavated. No clues were found, and the search was extended to nearby water and woodland. Earlier this month, Mr Kearney and Ms Jones told the BBC they had recently spoken to Ms Fleming. They said she had run away because she had a persecution complex.
The final batch of classified documents relating to the assassination of President Kennedy in 1963 is being released by the US National Archives. More than 3,000 papers will be available to view on the archive's website, along with a further 30,000 which had been published before, but with redactions. A British car designed to travel at 1,000 miles an hour has been tested in public for the first time. Called Bloodhound, the arrow-shaped vehicle raced to 210 miles an hour in 8 seconds on the runway at Newquay Airport in Cornwall. Its backers now plan to take it to a dried-out lakebed in South Africa, where they hope to shatter the existing world land speed record of 763 miles an hour. One of the world's most popular card games, Bridge, may flex the intellectual muscles, but the European Court of Justice has ruled it's not a sport because it's not sufficiently physical. The English Bridge Union had pressed for a change in status that would have given it relief from VAT on tournament entry fees and access to lottery funding. Heather Dondy is a 3-times world champion.
It's a very tough mental activity, it's competitive. It's also classified as a sport in many other countries, including several European countries, so it's a bit of an anomaly that England don't classify it as a sport.
In the city, the 100 share index closed up 39 points at 7,487. And the weather, a clear and cold night in northern parts, spreading south, but southwest England will stay murky and drizzly. Lows of 11 Celsius in Cardiff, 10 in London, 8 in Belfast and 6 in Edinburgh. Tomorrow, brighter and cooler. BBC News at 5 minutes past 5.
All right, thank you, Erica. Thank you, Steve.
Mayo.
Enjoyed the doc today.
Simon Mayo.
Janie was laughing a lot.
Drive time's on and we're on our way home.
Who knew she found that funny anyway?
So that's Thursday done. What have you got to report? Still no progress, says Al, which is disappointing. I don't know what he's up to, but not much. Rhubarb crumble custard, that's Adam's exciting day. It'll get you through most of the day, won't it? It's later than rocking autumnal corduroy. Simon, I can't manage a corduroy anymore. Geostorm tapas cider. There's Fiona. That'll be the movie. I think a lot of cider required to get to the end. Apparently, anyway, look, it's drive time here at Radio 2. What you got there? I've got a Todd Rundgren here.